It's funny, but the Destraza and the Endura cost 175 platinum each. So the difference between them isn't really that much. The Destraza is more of a crit based rapier. The Endura is more of a status based. It does have a slower attack speed, so it does do a little bit more damage. It's mainly on the slash, but visually, at first, I really liked the Endura. It looked really nice until I remembered this thing. It doesn't look that bad in itself. I think the only reason the Endura looks slightly better is just down to the fact that it's got two blades and has built-in danglies. It does of course come with one V polarity, and well, there's only one stance to... I kind of regret putting a V polarity on this. I do wish I'd gone for 2 dashes and added full-blown elemental mods instead of... oh, what was I using? Virulent Scourge and Voltic Strike to add the corrosive damage in here and also increase status. I wouldn't go for that. Mainly because Primed Fury turned out to be the biggest mistake for this weapon. Because Vulpine Mask is a fairly quick firing or quick swinging, because it's a melee weapon, stance mod. And putting Primed Fury in just makes it a little bit of a pain to pull the combos off. So sticking with a normal Fury mod, it's going to increase the attack speed anyway. It's going to be a little bit slower, but not really by a lot. It's only something like 10% slower, which is nothing considering Primed Fury only adds 55 and the normal Fury, now I think about it, only adds 30, so really it's 25% extra. But the extra 30% over the extra 55 will make being able to pull the combos off much better, because Vulpine Mask, as I say, is a fairly fast stance anyway. Because this is basically just a status based Drestreza, the Drestreza is best for crit, this is better for status, which means the whole blood rush thing works on the crit side. Weeping Wounds and Drifting Contact, which you could see I had on there a little bit earlier, work better for status. One mod I didn't even realise I had was Condition Overload, which was plus 60% melee damage for each status type affecting the enemy. On everything, the elemental damage, the slash, the puncture, the impact, rather than just putting in one and increasing either slash, puncture or impact. That also goes really well with the whole status side of it, because it's a status based melee weapon. I also threw body count, not blood count, body count on here because it increases the combo more, meaning with that and Drifting Contact there's something like 22 seconds, just in case you can't actually come across an enemy. It's quick attack speed, and I do believe the Vulpine Mask has this weird insta slash damage, which means enemies will start to bleed out almost instantly, topped with the elemental side of this. Actually made it a fairly decent weapon to use. The rapier style weapons aren't that bad. The Drestreza was... I don't particularly like the fact that you do a combo and you stop, but the actual combo is still going because it's a really long animation. But on this, even though it was doing the same thing, I kind of liked it, and even going back and using the Drestreza, I keep saying that wrong, it was more forgivable now than it was when it first came out, because there is something to compare it to. So, to be fair, the only difference between them is one's crit based and one's status based, because once you throw Fury on one and, well, just Fury on either, they kind of even out. And it wasn't even that much to research it in the Tenno lab where the blueprint will eventually live, because one of my clan members did all of that before I even got on, and I was on moments after the update went live that included this. So its build cost isn't really that much, its actual cost isn't really that much if you're buying it with platinum, But to me, the Drestra's just got to be just slightly better, because personally, I prefer crit-based weapons at the moment, because I use status-based weapons for a long time, and I'm kind of just enjoying using crit-based ones at the moment. But despite the fact that I prefer the other one to this one, that's just simply down to the whole, it's crit, this is status. Between the two of them, it would be really hard to choose which one to actually go for. Visually, the Endura looks much nicer in my opinion, but usability wise, really hard to choose between the two of them. Anyway, we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.